Just call it Batfleck. Fucking do it, Ben. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here. All right. Well, first off, a disclaimer. And the reason why this video came to be is because earlier today on the Sunday Morning Hangover on the Film Junkie channel that I did earlier today, this morning, barely morning, I was talking about the title because I saw that on my timeline. A lot of people were, there was one particular person that was asking, and a lot of people were quote tweeting, since Matt Reeves is using the title The Batman and Ben Affleck was titling that for his Batman, what would you want Ben Affleck's Batman to be titled? And I mentioned it on the Sunday Morning Hangover, and I said, like, you know what, he should go balls out and just not have Batman in the name. You know, when has there not been Batman in a movie name? And it's stupid me, of course, because I was a little fuzzy this morning. I'm not gonna lie. That's why it's called Sunday Morning Hangover. Okay. No, but yeah, of course we have Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, which, yeah, I know there's people in the comments that were like, dude, Dark Knight Rises. I'm like, yes. But I think what my brain was thinking was not even have Dark Knight, no Batman, no Dark Knight. Just have like, my whole thought was, what if the movie is in fact going to be heavily Arkham Asylum influenced, or, that's going to be the main plot location, then I would say just name it Arkham. Arkham, just one word, Arkham. That's what I like. But obviously, they'd probably do Batman Arkham if that's the case. And a lot of people were like, Batman Arkham Asylum or something. And, some people are saying Batman versus Deathstroke. I think that would be, no. I don't think that would be a good idea. As much as, like, I'm sitting here before, I was thinking about doing this video, I was like, well, how could I incorporate Deathstroke being in there? I mean, you can't really do that unless you're putting, like, Batman, colon Deathstroke. And that just doesn't sound right either. I mean, and, I was just trying to think, like, what would Ben Affleck want to do? And like I said, guys, like I've said, even on the Sunday Morning Hangover, I think it's getting close. I think by the end of the year, for sure, we're going to be probably hearing some kind of announcement. And if we don't, then it's not going to happen. I don't know. That's just putting my ears out there. When I see the signal, when I see that bat signal, for like rumors and news, I'm showing up, and I've been going around asking questions and stuff like that. And like I said, it just seems like ever since July, Affleck has just been inching closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. And I think what's really driving him towards HBO Max is the fact that they are giving the directors full-on creative freedom. That's what he's liking. And the fact that he can actually not just do like a contain, like, oh, it better be like 2 hours and 15 minutes. 2 hours and 15 minutes. We're not going to go any longer. Maybe we'll get you 220, but that's it. The fact that HBO Max, of course, will be like, how much you want? How many hours? What's the runtime? The more the merrier. We're throwing some money at you. And from what I gathered, and I know it's always about the series, which people are assuming like, okay, that'd be cool. What if it's like 4 to 6 episodes, which I'd totally be down for. But from what I'm, hearing out there is it might just be a part 1 and a part 2. They might just take his movie and just divide it in half and have 2 parts. Now you wonder I wonder how long that's actually going to be. But if he can have, and I think Ben Affleck's perfectly capable of doing that. If his script is going to be like 3+ hours, 3.5. I mean, you can divide it up into, whatever that is. I don't feel like doing the math right now because, well, I'm just not that smart. Anyways, but titling it, and then if that's going to be the case, they'll probably just call it Batman. If it's going to be like, say they decide to do the series thing, they'll probably just call it Batman. They'll probably just straight up Batman. And then, of course, each episode will be a different title, and it'll have probably like comic booky type titles. Like one will be called Slade or something like that, or I don't know. Maybe that's the case. But then again, we have no idea what the fuck he was actually trying to do in there. We know that Arkham Asylum is supposed to take, a good chunk of it. We're going to see a lot of Arkham Asylum, hopefully. I mean, that's what always the rumor was. That's why a lot of people are going to that. And that's why I was just like, just title it Arkham. Just in some cool fucking lettering. Maybe like, like how the signs are that's etched out on the building, or have the fucking fence that shows it Arkham, but then of course it'd have to say Asylum. I don't know. There's just so many possibilities with all that. But yeah, so just that's all the Ben Affleck stuff, obviously, that I've been hearing is that it's inching closer. Like I said, if Santa Claus can give us 2 fucking announcements this Christmas, that would be insane. And I think HBO Max is like clamoring. They're just waiting on the Ayer cut stuff. To be honest, I think they're just waiting just to announce that. Who knows? Maybe they're just waiting as soon as they get the Ben Affleck's series or movie or whatever the fuck, maybe they're just going to do it all at once and have this big fucking announcement thing. And that's probably what's going to be the case. That just seems like smart. And maybe they'll have some kind of promo offer or something like that. Look forward to that. I think that might be something that might be out there. And I think that'd be really smart for HBO Max, because not only do they have the Green Lantern series and Zack Snyder's Justice League to be hyped up, and then of course, obviously with Wonder Woman 84 coming to it, I mean, they just need to fill that library. I mean, Wonder Woman 84 dropping on Christmas. I mean, I just wonder, like a week before that or that week of, that some more stuff is going to be announced just to fucking sweeten that deal. And they got to sweeten that deal, man. I mean, it's like you got Wonder Woman 84, this big, huge blockbuster that you can watch in the comfort of your own home. So then all of a sudden drive it through. But like, hey, guess what? We have this alternate cut of Suicide Squad, and we got this Ben Affleck Batman series and or movie that we have too, not to mention the Green Lantern series. So I think that would benefit them greatly. But when it comes to the title, I mean, obviously, you know, some of the big titles, I mean, there's actually a book called The Last Arkham that came out in the early 90s that, you know, that's actually a pretty good title, but that was all about Victor Zsasz. And that story is kind of pretty insane. It makes you wonder, does Ben Affleck have a Victor Zsasz in his version of the movie? That's what I also wondered too. I mean, this is, you know, this whole video is turning into like wondering what Ben Affleck has in his script as opposed to just the title. But it's like, you got to wonder what characters are going to be showing up, especially if they're going to be at Arkham Asylum a lot. Like who in the Rogues Gallery is going to end up making a cameo or something? And it'd be perfect for a Victor Zsasz, just because, you know, I mean, I don't know if they would actually use Mr. Messina, but I think they would. He worked with Ben Affleck in whatchamacallit, right? So yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to remember, you know, the name, but of course I can't. Brain is just sucks right now. But it makes you wonder, like, how many people are in there. And then obviously Deathstroke being the main villain, that's why I was kind of like, well, if they wanted to do like a crazy little title, maybe it would have something to do with him as well. And, you know, there's all kinds of titles. I mean, obviously, like I said, the Dark Knight title, yes, there's that. And, you know, like, again, I apologize for, you know, saying it like that, but I think in my head, I was thinking no Batman, no Dark Knight, just go different, you know, but I doubt that that's going to be the case. But Arkham Asylum, of course, would be like a big one. But yeah, there was The Last Arkham that happened at one point. I know there's Hush, that a lot of people, maybe he would incorporate that guy, that villain in there as well. And that'd be cool if it was just called Hush. But I think there was already a movie with Chris Pratt and Dakota Fanning, I think, that was called Hush. But am I thinking of the same movie? I don't know. But Cape Crusader, that sounds too Adam Westy, I guess you could say. When you think of Caped Crusaders, you think of Batman and Robin. You think of 66 Batman, you know, the Caped Crusader. I mean, that's been used, of course. But then, like, you know, when it came to, you know, some cool titles of Batman stories that had not Dark Knight, but it had Night, you have like Knight's Fall, Knight's Quest, Knight's End. It was actually Nightfall. The other ones were plural. Nightfall, which is when Brain broke his back. And then you had Knight's Quest of like a continuing story with Jean-Paul. And then the Knight's End was when Bruce was healed up and trying to be Batman again and get rid of Jean-Paul Batman. So, but I was wondering, like, if there was anything that had to do with that. And I was like, well, Slade has a sword. He has swords. Why do we call it Knight's Sword? But it's just like, no, it's just not going to work. People are going to be like, why the fuck is it called that? Even though, yeah, Knight's End, Knight's Quest. Knight's Quest sounds pretty cool. But Knight's Arkham, you know, Knight's Arkham, Arkham Knight. Yeah, well, we've already had that, obviously, with the video games. That's also a pretty good one, in my opinion. Like having it called Arkham Knight, of course, being spelled like that with the K at the beginning. I just thought it would be like just total balls, like, you know, big time chin balls for Ben Affleck to just name it something different and not have Batman and or Dark Knight in it. And I don't know, Knight's Asylum. Knight's Asylum. That was another one I was kind of like thinking about. I don't know. There's so many different things you could do. And I mean, as much as I don't want them to put Batman in the title, it probably will just be called Batman, but God knows what the subtitle will be. But Knight's Arkham, Knight's Asylum, I'm kind of liking those. I don't know. Arkham Knight is also just like, I mean, that's almost too perfect, you know, but I don't know if they'd want to do that, because then that would be like, oh, is this just like the Arkham Knight video games? So I don't think they would actually go for that, but I don't know, guys. That's just, you know, I'm rambling on right now, but you know, I was just like kind of thinking like, what would Ben Affleck name his script? And then of course it just makes you think like, what's all in it, you know? What's all going to be in it? What's it all going to have? I mean, we were talking about that, of course, on the Sunday Morning Hangover, like crazy. Like, you know, when it comes to Joker and stuff, how would he fit? And yeah, there's just so many possibilities. And of course, we all want to see it. And like I said, we're getting close. We're definitely getting close. But yeah, so those are pretty much the ones that I thought about. Were Arkham, just having it called just straight out Arkham. But if they have to do Batman Arkham, fine. But I think, you know, Arkham Knight is a good one, but they won't do that for video game purposes. And, Knight's Arkham and Arkham Knight's Arkham is also there, or Knight's Asylum. You know, I kind of like that one, Knight's Asylum. But yeah, they probably wouldn't do that. Last Arkham. I mean, that could, if they were gonna have Victor Zsasz in there, but I mean, it's that story is a Victor Zsasz focused story. So we're dealing with Slade here, and yeah, just to have, I don't know, yeah, Batman death. No, that wouldn't work. Batman death, Knight's End. I always like Knight's End, but I mean, obviously his ending is going to be in Justice League. When it comes to Ben Affleck's Batman, he's supposed to go out in a blaze of glory when it comes to the second part of Justice League. So it's not like he's going to go out in a blaze of glory with this one. But then again, maybe he would. Who knows? Things have changed. I mean, but Ben Affleck was writing a script with the guy with the ball cap, you know, about what, 5 years ago. They started writing it, you know, and then they were still writing it as they were filming Justice League in 2016 and stuff. So, I mean, it's been that many years. He's got that script just sitting there. I don't know if he would just like go, yep, it's done. Here you go. Chris Terrio already did a rewrite. Cool. Which I think that was the case, right? Terrio did a rewrite. He's probably getting rid of all the fucking stupid John's lines in there that he was trying to make it all. You should say a one-liner right here. So that's what that feels like. Dark Knight Rises. When he said that, some of the stuff in Dark Knight Rises, I'm going, was that really Nolan doing that? Would he actually have it when Catwoman leaves and then he looks and she's not there and he goes, so that's what that feels like. It's like, nobody's around you, dude. Do you have to do the voice still? Okay, that's fine. But you know, whatever. I'm not judging. I still dig the movie. It's fine. But yeah, so let me know, guys. Let me know some good titles. I would say let me know some good titles. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video or something on a live stream where you know, just let me know some titles that you guys thought of. You could provide them down below, or you could send them to me through Twitter or Patreon too, if you want to do that. But yeah, send me some titles that you would think would be good for Ben Affleck's Batman, now that it's not going to be the Batman. And what do you think? What do you think would be a pretty cool one? And maybe we'll read those off, or I'll take some of the ones that I think are pretty damn good and read them off, and just praise you for coming up with something cool, because yeah, that's what we do here. All right, guys. Let me know your thoughts about it down below. Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm doing this stuff. Follow me in the sock meds that are down below. Twitter, Instagram, Hirschberg. And then, of course, Patreon, like I said before. If you want to join the Film Junkie Patreon, got some perks in there. And merchandise down below as well, guys. All right? Got nothing else to say. I thought I had something, but no. I just can't wait. We're going to get so much Batman in the future. There's so much Batman coming out. There really is. There is a lot of Batman coming out if you think about it. You know, at least 2 more times for Batfleck, and then supposedly a Batman, you know, trilogy with Reeves. And it's just like getting a boner just thinking about it. I gotta go. Bye.